Happy live stream number 107, everybody. Coffee and a camera. Feels good to be back. I hope everybody is having a splendid weekend. In case, let me just clear it up right now, in case you can see it. Little elephant in the room. If you can't, that's great. I have a really bad sty in my right eye. I'm fine. I'm taking antibiotics, doing all the things. My wife takes good care of me. But I've had it for about 3 or 4 days now, and hopefully it goes away at some point, because I have things I want to do, and it makes it a little more difficult. Kind of swells up, and you know the whole thing. Anyway, just want to clear that up. Hopefully that clears up. But I'm fine, and I'm happy to be here. Let's see who we got in the room today. Who's here today? What do we got? Radios is first. Okay, so also, again, for some reason, and I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know if it's just a setting on my end, but I'm only getting everybody's. Let me see if I can. Is it a setting? I'm getting everybody's. What do you call it? I don't get your actual, like, Filmboy24, it might say Filmboy24 37498 or whatever. I'm getting your, almost like your email name instead of your actual moniker. Like, I see Barry Steinledge is here. Greetings all, but it says Barry Steinledge 6888. So in other words, if I don't recognize who you are, please understand, I don't get to see your whole, simplified moniker, I should say. Anyway, I see, and most of you all know, I know radios, and hey, Barry, and I see Angus, hey, got the notification 1 minute early, nice. Bonnie is here, on time. Matthew is here, hola. Barry, having a great time here in sunny South Florida. It is mostly cloudy, 76 degrees Fahrenheit here in, I guess, not so sunny Central Florida. As I said, got my Cine Special 2, Cine Kodak Special 2, or Kodak Cine Special. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's Kodak, Cine Kodak Special 2. Came with an S-mount lens and a wide attachment. I think C-mount lens, not S-mount, right? Is it S-mount or C-mount? Yes, Butch Magnum is here. I know who you are. Greetings from Arcadia, California. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know, something. Do I seem off today? Hopefully not. Sunny, 30 degrees and 3 inches of snow. Wow. You're in Maryland, right? Wow. No viewfinders or other lenses. I don't see Mike here yet, but Mike is the Flying O. He's the go-to on those cameras. Lime is here. Been looking at a listing for a dedicated 2x3 film monorail camera. Those are so cool. Might switch over to that from my Mamiya Press. Well, those are wicked cameras. Central Maryland, that's right. I'm here. Hello from hazy Mesa, Arizona. Jim Cahill is here. See, like, that's a good example. I know that's Jim Cahill, and 3 or 4 weeks ago it would have said Jim Cahill. But now it just says @JimBricky, which is his @ name, his email name or something. Super Cindy's here. Evening all. How are you, my friend? Hey, there's Lyle. I know that's Lyle, the Quiet Pages. Hello. Hello, Mr. Lyle. 17 degrees in the Midwest. Woof. David is here. See, like David, it just says David EZ. Wait, I missed it. David E9Z4H. Hello, David. But I'm not positive who that is. But if you're new, then thanks for being here, David. Happy to have you. Old radios, you may have just enough to try it out. If you load the 60mm film double perf into the magazine part of the camera. That's a good, I always do that. Anytime I get a new camera or new to me camera, first thing I do, put an old roll of film in it and test it. No CLA, no nothing, just run something in it and give it a shot. Now, I have the luxury of being able to develop and scan it myself, so it's a little bit easier. I know it can get costly to do that with every camera you have, but I could throw an old roll of Kodachrome or Ektachrome or something in there, But that's a great suggestion. The magazine release lever is missing. Thankfully, it's single perf. Yeah, that's a good thing. So you can shoot either single or double perf. Yes, Angus, I've been doing that. My wife's making me do it 4 times a day for 10 minutes. IOM is here. Hey, buddy. The lens is a 25 millimeter with the wide attachment. That's a very common lens. The most common probably for 16 millimeter. They came with most 16 millimeter cameras, especially back in the day, and it's equivalent to about what we would call 50 millimeter, somewhere in that range for our standard 35 millimeter cameras now. I think the name change has something. Wait, the name change happened also on the MST3K live streams. What is MST3K? Yeah, I don't know why the change. I had to change mine to my moniker. Sadly, it's not a setting. All right, so it's just going to happen. It's YouTube. Each individual needs to go to their own settings. Oh, well, I know there's Rich, Sticky Socks. I know that's my buddy Rich M. Hey, Rich, good to see you here. We have a little something from Rich that we're going to show today. Jeffrey Feingold is here from Barnet, North London again. Thanks for being here. Jim Cahill, I can never find the live feed until right at the top of the hour. Well, that just happens. The important thing is you're here. I can only see email names too, not names. Sometimes I see names. Yeah, I don't know why the change. Abel's here. Good day, Abel. Whoop. Something moved. Something moved again. Will, hey, oh, that's William. Okay, hey, Mike, it's William. You processed my Cone 40 in the past few weeks in New York City on a vacation right now. Snowing here in the Bronx. So that's Will. Thanks for being here, buddy. I did a couple rolls of Kodachrome for Will, or William, and we just emailed back and forth just right before the stream, and a little dark. So you guys know, common with old Kodachrome is you have to overexpose it by 3 to 4 stops. I wish I could tell people that before they shoot it, but unfortunately it doesn't always work out that way. But William knows now. And he was actually able to make something out of nothing, or something out of a lot of dark, grainy scenes. Very impressive what he came up with after we did his films. But 2 rolls of Kodachrome. So thanks for being here, William. Matthew says currently 13 degrees with a real feel of -1 in Western Pennsylvania. Wow. It's not, I mean, it's nice here. It's nice. I hate to rub it in, but I'm in Port Orange, Florida. But right now, check out my little cam here next to me. See the little camera right there? Boom. So there it is here, 76 degrees. But it's going to get super, super cold, like really, really cold, down to like the mid 50s soon. Whew. Hey, there's Cecil. How are you, buddy? We see the same. Oh, you see him too, Jeffrey. Okay. I don't see my buddy Jeffrey this side towards the screen, though. Oh, you need S-mount lenses. See, I don't know. I don't have that camera. I'm not positive. It's that weird snap one, isn't it? Present and accounted for. Hit the thumb on the way in. Thank you, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. So, Mike, Radio's just got a Cinekodak Special 2. And I emailed back and forth with him a little bit, and I told him that I know Mike has about a dozen of those things. So he has a couple of little issues of missing this or something or other that, I don't know, maybe. I think you guys have each other's email, so he might get with you just for a little advice, possibly. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Oh, okay. That's right. Those are funny. That's where the 2 little goofballs sit in the front of the theater. Those are so funny. Mystery Science Theater 3000. That's right. Here for, hey, Mark's here. Hey, buddy, here for a few minutes. Good to see you. Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, you must watch some. I have watched some, and they're hilarious. I love those things. Mike / Joel and the Mike, Joel and the bots. Whew. Caught the Fabelmans again on TV last night, and man, gets me going watching those filmmaking scenes. I have not seen that, Lyle, but I must. He went from 8mm high 8 to Aeroflex 16S. Wow. Honestly, prefer the cold. So do I. My wife and I both love the cold. We do. I don't like Florida heat. I've been in Florida since I was born in Florida, but then I moved for a little while and then back permanently since 1976. And it's just so hot here. So hot and muggy. 63 in Mesa. IOM says we have been in negatives all week here in Minnesota. Wow. Negatives. Dang, Southerners. Watching these temps range from -1 to 2 degrees. Wow. Mike says, I miss Hawaii on cold days like this. Well, when it gets really cold, like if it's negative or if it's in the teens or ones, you know, it's miserable to go outside. At least here we can go outside. We can go outside. 8 degrees Celsius here in Sweden, or about 281 degrees Kelvin. Bonnie. William says, I did shoot you another email about questions about me filming in the future with film. Would I be able to ask you? Yeah, of course. You can ask anything you want on here, William. You'll see when you join these live streams, we talk about anything and everything. So I didn't see your email yet, but feel free, ask away. And there's a plethora of knowledge on here as well, other people as well. I do like the Cine Specials 1 and 2. I know I've seen your pictures. Hey, buddy, Charlie's here. How are you, Charlie? I know I recommended it to Mike a few months ago, but check out the Japanese film Single 8 if you ever get the chance. I have, and you did recommend it. You guys check that out. Single 8. It's a Japanese film. If you ever get a chance, truly capture what it feels like to want to make films. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I'm getting a little notification from Matthew right now. Yes, it was freaky. It was so strange. So strange. Holy shnikes. Is that you right now, Matthew? This is Matthew. I'll show it because there's nothing. Hold on. What the? Well, let me turn on the little camera. Whoops. Come on now. Play. It won't play again for some reason, Matthew. So Matthew basically sent me a video of he sent me a video of his current situation. It won't open, Matthew. I don't know if I messed something up. So it opened. I'm sorry. I got to get out of this camera. You know, I need to tilt it up a little bit, don't I? It's a little low. There we go. Woo! So you can see my light over. Well, yeah, right there. So it was showing Matthew's snowy view. Snowy view. But for some reason it went away. I don't know why. I'm so not an Instagrammer. Fabelmans is one to watch several times, in my opinion. If you haven't seen it, check out Fabelmans. Did you send it again? Hold on.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Oh, hush. Here it is. Boom. Look at this. Look at that winter wonderland. Holy moly. That's actually really pretty. I love stuff like that. It kind of looks like my mom's in Indiana. She has that kind of same setting. Really cool looking. It's out your kitchen window. That's funny because looking out, my sister and my mom both live in Indiana. They have those same kind of views. That's crazy. Really neat looking. Did YouTube change? And that is why our moniker... You know what? I don't know if it's a YouTube change or what. I don't know, honestly. I had to replace a water heater in a rental property yesterday. Too damn cold for that crapola. Yeah, no kidding. I have some... Oh, okay. I got to back up here, guys. Sorry. Hey, there's Jeffrey. At a restaurant for my brother-in-law's birthday. Will watch later. Just checked in, so I did not lose my perfect attendance. Happy birthday to your brother-in-law. And yes, check in later, Jeffrey. We'll talk to you, buddy. About 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa. Oh, Bonnie's. That's crazy. Radio says to Fly No, expect an email. I had to replace a water. Oh, I already read that. See, now I'm caught up to where I was before. Fly No, send me your email address for the pass around project, please. Did I not give you Mike's email, Dana? I thought I did, but if I didn't, I can take care of that for you. I thought I gave you his email address. You're only one state below me, Flying O. And then Jeffrey, I thought I sent you Jeffrey's email too, Dana. Did you get my email? I sent you an email with about 7 or 8 email addresses. Hopefully you got that. And I feel like I sent those with it, but I may be wrong if maybe you didn't get them. So the camera I'm using and used previously for that Kodachrome was the Soviet Kors 1X8S2. Love that camera. Yes, I did review. Was wondering about Kodachrome 40, what your ideal settings are. So the beauty of that camera, William, and what film should I use different in the future? Just anything except for Kodachrome. Even Ektachrome 160, which is in the same price bracket when you're talking about old expired film, should give you better results. Look for the latest develop before date that you can find, preferably anything prior to develop before 1984 when it comes to Ektachrome 160. Because prior to 1984, they used a different process. It was EM24, and then they switched to EM26, which was a more robust. They changed the film stock, they changed the emulsion, and so in 1982, so it would be processed before 1984. Anyway, I would try really, really late Kodachrome if you're wanting old expired stock, inexpensive stock. Something in the mid to late 90s all the way through the mid 2000s. Or Ektachrome 160, but find stuff that is post developed before 1984. So 85, 86, and later. And then mid 90s is the best. You probably won't find anything beyond the mid 90s. And then I would overexpose that by at least 2 stops. In some cases, like if you have other rolls of Kodachrome, like the ones you sent me, you may want to the beauty of that Soviet era camera that you're talking about, the Kors, is it has manual exposure. So you can set the f-stop all the way down to, I believe, f2.8, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have mine in front of me, but I'm trying to see, is it sitting right there? But you should be able to stop that lens down. You may want to just stop it all the way down. Experiment with one roll, but shoot it wide open. Now, when you shoot something like that wide open, you also have to be very critical of your focusing. Get your focus right on every shot, because the wider your iris or your aperture on your lens, the more your depth of field focus comes into play. So the more critical your focus is going to have to be. In the future, look for, if you want to do black and white, which is beautiful, you look for some of the older Tri-X 7278 or the Plus X 7276, that kind of stuff. Usually holds up well, and you can just about shoot it at box speed and be happy with it. In other words, let the camera do the work. You may want to overexpose it by 1 stop. Probably won't hurt. But outside of buying brand new film, which that Soviet camera that you have will shoot any film because it is manual exposure, auto and manual. You can do auto exposure. It takes 2 little batteries, 2 little button cell batteries in the film compartment. I'm sure you probably saw that. But you got to make sure you have fresh batteries in there. And it takes, I think, those old 1.35 volt batteries, which they don't make the mercury ones anymore, but you can buy the wine cells. So I hope that helps a little bit. Guy's favorite Christmas film. Mine is The Apartment, starring Jack Lemmon. I am just traditional. My favorite is this guy. Okay. This is my favorite Christmas movie. You ready?
If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
That's my favorite. Second favorite that we watch every Christmas morning is going to be A Christmas Story. You know, the Ralphie. And then we watch Elf every year too. So, you know, kind of boring, the traditional stuff. Hey, Lyndon's here. Hello, Lyndon. Fun stuff coming. I got some fun, cool couple of things. I got a very, very disappointing story to tell you guys. Very disappointed in myself. It's extremely sad for me in the found film world. Trading Places is amazing. Trading Places is not only one of the greatest Christmas type films, it's one of the greatest comedies ever made, in my personal opinion. I mean, it ranks way, way up there with, you know, the vacation movies, the early, like Vacation and then Christmas Vacation. The other ones are, Nice, Mike. Enjoy as well. Yes, thank you, Lyle. Christmas movie, but yep. Also, I was close to getting one of those color paper developing machines for a steal, about 150 instead of 35. Wow. Bonnie always finds the deals. $13.75. I'm a sucker for comedies with a heavy theme. Oh, Angus, I got you. So, a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about. I got a new roll of film, new to me. I'm also a traditional Christmas film fan. Die Hard. Yes, Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie? I think Bruce Willis demands that people stop calling it a Christmas movie, or did prior to his health condition, but I don't know. Home Alones were so good. My kids love those. I don't have a K3 yet. Found a very detailed manual of photography, 1958. Very detailed book. Gevert, I think it's a German film stock. I don't know that I've ever heard of that. Wow. I'm also a traditional Oh yeah, Die Hard. We just talked about that. Is Lethal Weapon, right in the same vein as Die Hard. The original Lethal Weapon was a kind of a Christmas movie too, and what a great movie that is. Hey, Lyndon, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Woo! I'm showing It's a Wonderful Life, decolorized, Saturday at 7 p.m. in Marriottsville, Maryland, if y'all want to come. I would if I was there. I love that movie. Funny story, my wife, I don't think, has ever seen that all the way through. And she's a huge fan of old school black and white movies. Audrey Hepburn fan, Cary Grant, you know, the classics. But I don't know if she's ever seen that all the way through, but I have, and I love it. Once you go with a man with no legs, you'll never go back. Oh, Jim. Zeta Chi barbershop quartet scene. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. We watch old Donald Duck cartoons here in Sweden. Always for 1 hour at 15:05 on the 24th. It's estimated that about 25%, about 2.5 million people watch live every year. That's pretty awesome. And I love those old cartoons, by the way. It is a Christmas movie. Can't wait for Home Alone 6. Gremlins is, I guess, a Christmas movie. Mugwai. The last film we watched for my intro film class was The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti. I haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, see it. I don't think I have, but I love Paul Giamatti. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's truly incredible. Set during Christmas, but lots of heavy themes. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. What's it called? The Holdovers. All right. Who's texting me? The Holdovers. I got my How to Make a Good Movies book. Yes! Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. Invasion USA is a Christmas movie. The Shining is a Christmas movie. I guess if there's a Christmas tree showing, boom, or a reindeer, it's a Christmas movie. Miracle on 34th Street, that's a good one. Pick Planet. How are you? And I think that's Mike, right? Is that Mike R? How are you? Yes, 40 seconds. Same director as Sideways. And that was also Paul Giamatti, right? Right, Lyle? Sideways, didn't that have Paul Giamatti in it? I've heard about Filmboy24 have confirmed that they are wanting to produce Super 8. Yes, I know. I've heard that Filmboy24. That would be freaking awesome. The more stocks, the better. The more, the gooder. Yep, all good. Looking forward to the rest of the holidays. Yes, that is Mike. Hello, Mike. See, I'm getting the little pictures down, Pat. Getting the pictures. Here's the new roll of film that I got. Check this out. I got it for $30-something, but I can't pass it up when I see something like this. Look at that process before date. May 1963. Is that right? Yeah. And that is 400 feet of Eastman Tri-X negative safety film. Negative. Yes, I have a sty. You can probably see it better with that camera, can't you? That'll be fun. And so anytime I find this 16 millimeter, and I think it's double perf, yes, 2R. If you're new to the film world, 16 millimeter film world, 2R is double perf. 1R is single perf. And R means row. 1 row or 2 rows of perfs. Perfs. I know. It's in perfect condition. It's got one little ding at the bottom, and that's it. Just one little shipping ding. I mean, and Tri-X is a very robust film stock. That's probably ISO 200. It's very robust, and it holds up. It has held up well over time, as long as that wasn't stored in the Sahara Desert or here in Florida on the beach in the summer. It probably will still come out okay. There will be some fog. I really like the Paul Giamatti episode of Black Mirror, the photograph coming to life when I have not seen that one. Mike? LA Confidential is a Christmas movie. That was a good movie. I have the same book. Pretty sure it's the same edition. Pre-World War II. That box is amazing. Yes, Mike. We always have a Advent calendar series here in Sweden. Always one episode every day for the 24th of December. Best was 1996's I'm not going to try to pronounce that, or The Mystery of Grevelholm. We do Advent calendars, or Santa does Advent calendars for my daughters, and they just love it. My wife, yeah, she loves doing that kind of stuff. So I let her handle all that. Oh, I got you. I got you, Dana. No worries. Sorry, I got a message from Cahill. Oh, nice. Cool. I'll check that out. We also can't forget British Dinner for One. I know, you guys talked about that before. I still haven't seen it. I saw a cheese advert or advent calendar at Aldi recently. That's my kind of calendar. That's my kind of calendar. The 9.5 camera I bought last week is 100 years old, making it my oldest movie camera now. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit have been posting Christmas shorts lately, summer commercials. Those two are so funny. Jack Frost, very strange. That is a weird Michael Keaton movie. But I like it. Okay, so radio said 100 years old. So I got some sad news. For real. It's sad news. I bought this film relatively recently. Let me give you guys a close up. Oh, wait. Is that not working now? What happened? Hold on. Oh, sorry guys. So I bought this film relatively recently. Look at this. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Kodak safety film. We've all seen it. but I want to show you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the post that I made, or I did it on YouTube as well. Look at this developed before date. July of 1930. Okay, now, I got to tell you guys a little story. So I got this film and I was going back and forth with the seller on eBay. I was just talking to him. He wanted 30 bucks for it. And I was chatting with him back and forth. And I said, because the seal is broken on top right here. And I said, do you know if the film has been shot or not? The film, because the pictures showed the film sitting out like this. He goes, no, I don't know. And I said, well, in the dark, can you kind of feel, we went back and forth a few times. Fear not, it's already been, okay, I'll talk to you guys. So he was able to determine that the film was exposed, but never processed. 1930 developed before. So that puts this somewhere in the late 1920s, that this roll of found film was possibly shot. I mean, we're talking about Great Depression era. So late 20s, probably 97 years ago. Oh, I was so excited. I mean, I was freaking out. So the auction went its course and nobody bid on it. So this happened a couple times and I just kept watching it, wondering what to do. Because I didn't know if somebody had pulled the film and looked at, did all this and then it was just going to be a waste of money. So it went a couple times, and he had another roll listed as well, and it was this for sale. This is a 50-foot roll, 16 millimeter, not quite as old, but developed before 1943. So in the 40s, possibly, it would be the early 40s, not the 30s. So after it didn't sell, neither one of them sold, I messaged him and I said, look, I'll give you 30 bucks for both rolls, plus some reasonable shipping, because his shipping was a little high. And he instantly agreed to it. I sent him the money, he sent me the film, and I did a test. Well, I first took a piece of the film in the dark, I pulled a little bit of it, and I snipped it and looked at it in the light, just to make sure it wasn't already developed and whatnot. And it was an interesting cream-colored film. Look at this, both sides. There's the emulsion, double perf, there's the base. Both sides look almost exactly the same color, sort of a cream color film. So, and it was in really good condition. It's like it smelled kind of funny. Not vinegar, but just smelled kind of off, weird. So I took and I cut a strip this long. And I did a dunk test. And I did 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. In HC 110B at about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And what I mean by that is I would go dunk to here for 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, I'd pull down. 3 minutes later, 3 minutes later. So my top section was only developed for 3, then 6, then 9, then 12. Then I could look at it in the light, see if I can see any frame lines or anything. Well, this didn't really help me a lot. It did show the density of the film, which did help, I should say. But there were no frame lines. So I was beginning to think that maybe it was just not exposed. However, when I got it, and I don't have it in front of me, he had pulled the leader off. Back in the olden days, they didn't just use the film itself as the leader. They actually put paper leader on the film. And let me show you. This is a paper leader. It mimics the film, but it's just paper, like a dark paper. Well, this is the back of it, or the tail. Well, I'm sorry, it's the head leader, because he had pulled the leader in the dark and cut it. I think in the dark, maybe in the light, actually. And the leader, I don't have it in front of me. I can't remember where I put it. It's typed. Just like you'd see on Super 8 film, it says exposed like every 6 inches. Exposed, exposed, exposed. So then I got excited. So based on what I did here, it looked to me like about 5 minutes would be ideal for this roll of film. So I took about a 3.5 foot section and I put it in, let me turn the camera, and then I put it in my Patterson setup Patterson tank setup, and I developed it for 5 minutes, this 3.5 foot section. And I got the density that I was kind of looking for. So, but based on the results that I got, I look at it and I said, you know what? I think about 4 minutes and 15 seconds would be perfect. Perfect. So, hang on one second. My front door motion. I think it's windy out. So what do I do? I'll tell you what I do. I load the rest of the film, the 95 or so feet. I load it in my 100 foot tank. And I saw a little bit of fogging, so I decided to put a little potassium bromide in the developer. So I hop on ChatGPT to try to get some understanding of about how much I should use. I had some idea, just a little tiny pinch. And it says use 5 to 10 grams per liter and that it will not affect the picture. This is a weird pause because I'm trying not to get angered myself. So I developed the film with 15 grams of potassium bromide in the developer. And I don't know why I did that. I wanted to try to reduce the fog level. I never will again, Matthew. 97-year-old film. I'll never get this opportunity again. Found film. I know you can only see part of my face, but that's the result. Versus my test strip, which, you know, has some density in it. You know, look, here's the 6 minute mark. Potassium bromide. Thanks, ChatGPT. No, I never really do anyway. Oh, it was exposed, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, Jim. I'll tell you why. A pregnant pause. There is a tiny, tiny silver lining. The silver lining is that I did Patterson tank 3.5 feet. And I learned from that the film is fully exposed. I mean, I'm going to tell myself, hey, Mark, I'm going to tell myself that maybe it wouldn't have come out anyway. I'm just going to tell myself that, even though I know differently. Even though I know differently.
The 1-year membership in the Jelly of the Month Club.
So I'm going to show you the 3.5 feet that I developed for 5 minutes. And I want you guys to kind of tell me what you feel the year of this film might be. Here's another weird thing that Clark Griswold just did. Here's another weird thing. This is developed before June of 1930, right? I just showed you that. The edge code on the actual film that came out denotes a 6. So 1916, 1936, 1956, or 1976. So that's a weird ism, and I'm not 100% sure what to make of it. I don't know if it was just recanned, that somebody put different film inside that, you know, in the canister, or if it truly is from 1936 and it's in the wrong box. I don't know, but I'm going to show you 9 seconds of footage that I was actually able to obtain. Nope, not 26. I'm going to show you 9 seconds of footage. It's so disheartening. I mean, it's sad that this happened. All right, I'm just getting it queued up, guys. Sorry. Here's the black screen because we're going to turn out the lights. Here's my 9 seconds, and maybe I'll play it a couple times. You ready? I'm going to probably just play it twice. Look in the background. When you see the 3 guys at the beginning, you see a woman walking with an umbrella in the background over his left shoulder. You guys see that? Let me back that up. See that right over his left shoulder, you see a woman walking with an umbrella and they kind of turn and look. And then you see the woman sitting with a hat on. Yeah, that one hurt, Mike. That one hurt a lot because I am so vested in found film and saving and preserving memories and images. Late 20s. I mean, look at the tight string, like the trapeze people and it looks like on a boardwalk, it does look like how they would likely dress. My wife said the same thing. It does look like the 20s or early 30s. Atlantic City boardwalk. I mean, grr! Such a shame. It's my own fault. I had nothing else to blame but myself. I know radios, whew, but it's a hard pill to swallow. Very hard. Okay, take care, Charlie. Pretty sure it was a 16 millimeter because the reels seemed pretty wide. Wait, am I missing something, Lime? Oh, let me move this back over here where I can see it better. Got put in the new rolls box. I'm so behind, guys. Sorry. And it does look, I tell you what, it looked really weird hanging too. It was all crinkled up when I was hanging. I just went ahead and finished, dried and everything. I didn't even photo flow it, but just to see what it would do drying, and it did all these weird shapes drying. So I don't know. I know, Lime. In Christmas Vacation where they're showing the films. I don't know. Oh, in Christmas Vacation, it did seem wide, didn't it? I'm going to just go ahead and assume. I'm just going to assume that maybe it wouldn't have come out. This way I can sleep at night. Development should have been done. Well, Mike, here's the thing. Potassium bromide is kind of like that other thing I can never pronounce. It's a restrainer, and it's meant to sort of block. It clears your film, but it clears. Your hope is that it clears some of the fogging. And what I probably should have done is a tiny pinch of it to help restrain some of the age fog. Instead, I used, I don't even want to talk about it, 15 grams of it, which is substantial. And I went overboard. And I think it just ended up clearing pretty much everything on the film except the fog. I think the fog is the only thing that didn't get cleared completely. So, and just to make sure, I did scan this, and there is nothing on it. No images whatsoever. But what if it came out perfectly and had footage of an important person? I mean, yeah, it hurts. Can't break out the time machine. William says, saw Vertigo and Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock at a non-profit theater for independent and old cinema in Greenwich Village, New York City on Friday, Saturday. Yes, I have seen both of those, and that would be awesome. I used to have Psycho on Super 8. It was that condensed version, the 17-minute version. But I had it on Super 8, and it was really fun to watch with my projector. Yes, and I love Vertigo as well. These things happen. I cocked up a roll of Super 8 by adding sodium thiosulfate to the develop to help clear the highlights. I cleared the whole film. I've done it before. I did it with that Hexa, whatever it's called. I can't remember. I don't remember what it's called. I've done it before, and it hurts. And I know better. I know to go with what I know. HC110 is traditionally a pretty decent developer at helping with anti-fog anyway, and I probably wasn't going to do much better than just my normal HC110B anyway, but I had to try to get cute. Could stand development be helpful in these situations? Sorry if... No, I mean, I don't know that it would have helped much, Lyle. I think people overuse stand development and think that maybe it's going to be a little gentler on the film. And maybe it does. I've done stand before. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it's really that big of a difference. But you don't, I mean, you kind of set it and forget it. I mean, I've heard of 24-hour stand development before, which is kind of crazy to me, but you could, I suppose. I mean, again, it's supposed to be a little easier on the film, but for what I do, just my standard B. I've tried the H formula, which is 63 to 1, and, you know, and doubling the times, and a little bit less developer, but longer developing time, and it always seems to come out pretty much exactly the same as what I've always been doing. FOMO, fear of messing up. Yeah. Way to get in my head if it was shiny light. Man. But on a positive note, and I don't know if he's here still. Rich, are you still here? Rich M sent me some film to develop for him personally, but along with it, he sent me some found film as well. Mike, have you ever used Letterboxd, and what would your top 4 films be? Have I ever used Letterboxd? I'm not sure what that... Are you mean Letterboxd as in widescreen? I'm not sure what you mean. I've filmed in widescreen before, but I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean, William. Oh, Rich is still here. Good. So Rich sent me some films, and amongst the found films that he sent me was this. You guys know my absolute favorite. And I even put donated by Rich on the back. I got the screws are messed up here, but I don't know if anybody's ever seen the inside of one of these 16mm cartridges or not, the magazines, but let me show you. There's the inside of it. The pieces are kind of falling apart, but all of these pieces will come out pretty much. You got to turn this, but this is the inside of one of these. And this one, as soon as I saw this was the take-up reel covered in like corrosion. I'm like, oh great, the film. This is the little gate, the little gate keeper down there. All of this, there's little rollers. I mean, it's full of parts. Can you see that? All those parts in there. But anyway, within all those parts is the film. And I'm going to put the screws in there too, because I'll put this back together later. So I pulled the film, and what he had is Kodachrome 2, and I know the label. It's this old whitish, milky label with red writing. Kodachrome 2. Kodachrome 2 in the 16mm format. So it was in the 60s or 70s. I didn't have my hopes up very high at all because Kodachrome 2. But, and I hate to show this to William, who's in here, but I did develop it. Here it is right here. This is just 50 foot on a 100-foot 16mm reel. Oh, a movie rating app. No, I have not. I don't use that. It's a movie rating website. No, I have not used that. Interesting. My 4 favorite films. I don't know. Yeah, you put me on the spot. Lost Boys is my favorite movie of all time. But I don't know. I like Friday the 13th. It's in my top 5. Put the 16mm magazine back together. Yeah, I'll just hand it to her. I saw the 70mm version about 40 years ago. It was beautiful. Saw 2001 in 70mm. I bet that was gorgeous. At the Uptown in DC was like a 9 or 10. Amazing. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Is the other film you got with the 30? No, Super Cine. This is new. It's still factory sealed. And for the first time, getting a brand new roll of film, I was bummed. I already knew, but I kind of wish it wasn't. I wish it had been exposed. By the way, does anybody have one of these? I still have it's not my original, but I was digging and I found this the other day. Got my name on the back. It's not as old as I would have thought. Card issued on 5/16 of 2006. Look at this, my Blockbuster card. They laminated it. Would you say Dawn of the Dead in your top 5? No, it's probably not in my top 5. Good movie. I know we've discussed your love of said film and our collective love of Romero. Probably not my top 5. Top 20 for sure. Maybe top 10. One of these days I want to make a list. I want to make a list one of these days. So I know I get sidetracked really easy. But, so Rich sent me this, and I decided, you know what? Let's develop it. I was already so frustrated. I said, I got to develop something. Some found film. I got to see something in 16 millimeter. And then I'm like, you know what? Rich sent this to me. He was kind enough to send me some found film. Let's see what's on it. You still have your card. And I got a few images from it. Now, it is Kodachrome 2, but I was stunned. I almost feel like somebody shot it relatively recently, but my wife says no. She goes, no, you could tell that's not new-ish. So here's what happened. About the first 30 seconds is pretty good. And then it's a 50-foot roll, so you get about 2 minutes at 16 frames per second. A little bit more. So about the first 30 seconds, really pretty good. And then it dies for about a minute. Just fog, black, nothing, grain. And then the last 30 seconds, it gets really weird. I think it's like a guy's face. You see like the outline of his glass. Really quick. I think it's somebody messing with a camera. Rich, maybe. Somebody messing with a camera, right? You could tell it's probably somebody doing this. I'm going to show you. Probably someone with this is a magazine camera going, pushing buttons like this, pushing the release, you know, and it's filming because I can see the corner of, very similar to my glasses. It wasn't me. So, hey, Dethroner. I'm thinking it's Dethroner because I see somebody that says hi to him, but I don't see his comment. Is Dethroner here? I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, there he is. No, he's not. Oh, yeah, there he is. I was watching something on autoplay, and it brought me here. Say hello. So hello. Hello, Dethroner. I haven't seen you in a while. So it has to be the American New Wave from 1967 to 82. Mine is 100% the 1980s, William. And I think probably because most everything was so organically done, and it was and there was such a cheese factor, and I would go with mid 70s through the 80s for my absolute favorite. So anyway, what I did and when I edited it is I left the first 30 seconds. I then left just a second or two of the nothing so you could see it, and then I ended up with kind of this weirdness at the end that you'll be able to see. So I can't remember how long it is, like 40 seconds, 30 in the beginning, and then 10 seconds of whatever that was at the end. I hope we get more physical Netflix releases now after their acquisition. Yes, let's see what happens. That was a great era too, Mike. Silent era is fun. So I'm going to show you what, and thank you again, Rich. I still have a couple more rolls, some still film, and one roll of regular 8 that he sent me that I will get to. Where is it? I'm digging. I'm looking. Okay, it's right there. I got to turn off the cameras. Let's hit the lights. This is Kodachrome 2. I don't think I did much to it. It may have I can't remember if it has the sprockets or what, but here is 40 seconds. Whoa, let's turn that off. I want to start it all over again. Here we go. Very happy people. There's glasses guy. There's his face. You can clearly see his face. So that's my thought. I'm thinking he's just doing trying to figure out, he was probably the seller trying to figure out what was going on. And in reality, the only thing that was probably actually shot on that roll of film before he put it on eBay, I don't know how Rich got it. Rich probably, I'm assuming, bought a camera. I can't remember. And it was with it. So that's my guess, that whoever was selling the camera was trying to check its functionality, right? And was hitting the shutter release. Yeah, Barry, I was amazed by that. Yeah, well, you lose speed, Dethroner. The film loses speed over time. And well, 16 millimeter scans so much better than Super 8 anyway. The ghosting sprocket holes, that is caused by sitting unprocessed for a long time. Probably, and then probably partially due to, well, yeah, more than likely that, because the radiation exposure over time going through the sprocket holes. That's just my uneducated guess, but yeah. The grain will get more pronounced over the years as well. I think so, sure. So here's the thing. So I believe, Jeffrey, it was very difficult. It was pretty fogged to see the edge codes, but I believe it's either 1964 or 1966. I don't think it was me. I did buy a camera with that in it, but the camera didn't work. Interesting. That even adds more mystery to it. I don't know. It's just funny. I mean, you guys could, I'm not seeing things right. You could see at the end, clearly it was the guy's face wearing glasses. Yeah, it's going to be either 64 or 66. And I'm honestly amazed at how, my first thought was the kids at the beginning, the teenagers, they looked a little more modern to me personally. But my wife looked at it and she goes, no, that definitely looks like 60s or 70s. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that it is modern? So I don't wear glasses, though I should, I know. I tried kidding myself for as long as I could, then I just absolutely couldn't see. Yeah, my older brother, he gets the readers and he's always got them, and he's always like, I love my older brother, but he's fooling himself. You think in the 70s. Yeah. Based on footwear, I'd say 69 to 73. William says, what's your favorite Super 8 film camera you own? That's a really good question. William, let me show you. I have this little camera here. I'm going to switch. And where did I put it? Oh, it's in its bag. So I would be lost if I didn't have my Canon 514 XL. But honestly, I think the greatest Super 8 camera ever made. And I know, here comes Jim Cahill. He's going to argue with me, but I love Jim. And this is my personal opinion, is that one. Right there. That is the Canon 1014 XLS. I don't want to take it fully out, but that's you guys have seen that. That's my daughter painted that, but my upper shelf with my I'm on a cord here, so it's gonna, That's my Boyu 6008, which is a good camera. It takes fantastic pictures. I just don't like it ergonomically. My CP16 16mm sync sound camera, and then all the way on the end is my Aeroflex. You see the matte box in the front. So I guess to answer your question, yes, it would be my, for Super 8, it would definitely be that one. The, what do you call it? 1014 XLS. And my Arri 16 ST. We should do a poll. I'm down for a poll. The Bentley B3, hands down. Man, those are loud. Yo, click the like button. I just remembered. Yes, click the like button, everybody. Give yourself a minute. Yeah, see, I knew Jim Cahill. I knew you would chime in with your little Boyu 4008, which I have one. I got one. Don't you worry about that. The Boyu, and this one works flawlessly. Mine's the European version, though. I wish it was the US one. It's got the 25 frames per second instead of 24. And I love this camera, and it's super sharp. But I just do not really like Boyu's ergonomics. It's a matter of personal taste, you know. You like the 1014E, don't you? So yes, to answer your question, my absolute favorite Super 8 camera in the world, and I think it's the greatest camera ever produced, is the Canon 1014 XLS. It's like the King Don of all cameras. The bar's top shelf. Arri, yeah, I have the magazine up there. Do you guys remember Tony Watkins sent that to me. He's the guy that directed those films, those feature films on 16mm, and he used that in his films, and he thought it would be nice to send it to me. What a great guy he is. An Arri 16BL. Yes, I do want an Arri 16BL. One of these years I'll get one. Which is a better camera? Well, you know which one I like better. Braun 801. Hey, how are you, Polly? The Braun Niso cameras are amazing as well. And I miss, I have a couple of Nitsos. None of them work. They just always break on me. I have the 6080, and then I think the 1081, or I can't remember the model number. They're up there as well, or one of them is. But I don't remember. It worked for a long time and then just stopped. I just got the Canon. Hey, ask him. I just got the Canon 814 XLS. Had 6 horribly. Wait, did you just post that somewhere? And I was looking at that and I was amazed that you got that thing working. And I was able to clean everything and get it running. Can't wait to test some Wolfen 400. Yes. Yes, Wolfen 400. Wolfen's a fun film stock. I did some tests for them. I think I talked about it before. And this Thursday, I'm going to show my results of the professionally processed and scanned Wolfen 200 to my members in the members only live stream. 1 p.m. Eastern time this Thursday, the 18th. For members only. Ask them, didn't you just post? You posted, I think, on the Facebook forum, right? I saw your pictures. That was amazing that you got that working. Congratulations. And you got it for a steal, I know. I saw the price. Of the Canon Super 8 cameras, the 1040. Oh, yeah, I read that. Yes. That's a fantastic camera. I have 3 of those, Jim. And I think 1 or 2 of them work, but there's a lot to that Nitso 6080, and you're not lying. Man. Yeah, I paid a little over $250 for the 814, and my heart instantly sank when I found the batteries. Did they not disclose that? Man. You got lucky, because that corrosion will work its way into the cables and into the system itself, into the electronics. There is one on eBay for $1,000. I have an 814 XLS and 1014 XLS. Great cameras. The 1218 is a fantastic camera. I have one of those as well, and it's one that I've wanted for a long time, and it's in my film closet in there, and it's huge. The lens on that thing is enormous. I really need to do more with it. I've shot 1 or 2 rolls with it, but I really want to do more with it. Radios has one as well. Yes, but of course the rolls are really short. Wait, what did Dethroner ask? Are still photography rolls of 35mm compatible with any movie camera considering sprockets? Well, they are. The sprockets are, they are rounded. They're pitched different, I guess, what you call. They're more rounded in, I always get it reversed, in cine film versus still film. But the spacing is the same. Best camera is Mike's Elmo album. And Dave Knopp is not here. I got it a few weeks from eBay in immaculate condition in the original box. I'm going to shoot something, but probably going to go get it overhauled to be safe. Matthew, let me know where you find to get that overhauled, or who you go with. Because I got one that I want to send to somebody. This one up here. It just started working again, but now it only runs in 1 speed. So I need to get it. It's got issues internally that I'd like to get fixed. And I don't know who to send it to that I trust enough. You guys would get really upset if you knew how much I paid for my 1014 XLS cameras. I've had a bunch of them, maybe a dozen of them over the years. I only have 3 left now. And they all worked up until last year when this one died. My other 2 worked great, but I paid about $350 for all 3 of them. For 3 of them at one time. I don't know if it's these 3 particularly, but I've never paid more than a couple $100 for any one of them. But I've had them a long time, and that's when you could kind of get them for cheaper. Haven't put any film through my Beaulieu 6008 yet. You have reminded me to do this. Do it. I mean, they're super sharp. I love mine, but they're just hard for me to hold. I don't like holding a camera like that. I like to hold it like that. Those, yeah, lots of splicing to make it work in a I mean, you get 2 seconds of footage in a 35mm movie camera. Unless you use, like a Lomo Kino, like I have down here. Can you guys see it down there? The Lomo Kino, the crank, Lomography crank up 35mm movie camera. Yeah, it is a pain. About the ergonomics, I think Pro 8mm refurb Yeah, Jim Cahill has one that's got a nice handle on it. That he got from Pro 8 has the bigger handle that looks really cool. Wow, Mike, now I'm jealous and slightly angry at the price. I got lucky. I got really lucky with those. Actually, for $330 something, it was $330 something plus shipping. I actually got 3 Canon 1014 XLS cameras and my Shinon 200 XL/8 XLS, which is the Shinon highest line. The 12 is the highest, but the 8 is in the same vein. It was crazy. He sent me the wrong camera at first. 2 1014 XLSs and that one. I told him about it. He goes, oh, sorry. And then he sent me the other one, the other 1014 XLS, and said, keep the other one. Anyway. Mike, do you prefer to shoot Super 8 or 16? I prefer to shoot Super 8 only because it's easier, but I like 16mm better in terms of quality, of course, but I shoot way more Super 8 and develop way more Super 8 than I do 16. But I probably because I do all my own developing and scanning, and 16mm developing for me is just, it's tough. It's tough. I don't have a machine, and I don't have the money right now to buy that machine from my buddy in the Ukraine. So I have to do what I can. Jim, can he fix the rest of them for you? Because, I mean, I don't think he's too far from me, Filmwave. I would use a shoulder cam only if a VHS, because 16 and 35 millimeter, those mags get heavy. 16S and 2C 35 millimeter. I like the 2Cs in 35 millimeter, but they got that big old bulky motor on the bottom of it. The handle thing just seems weird. Yeah, me either, Jim. The handle is so tiny. I don't know what they were thinking. I try to pay less than 35 bucks for any camera. Needless to say that I do not have any fancy Yeah, it's hard. But my 514 XL, which is probably one of my top 3 favorite Super 8 cameras, I paid like 60 something dollars for it, and it's mint. I got it from, not on eBay, from a seller. What was it on? Like Nextdoor. I don't know, some other app. I don't remember, but I've had it for several years. Yeah, before we got the 100-foot Lomos, we split it across the 2 Lomo levels. In pain, but I love Ektachrome 16. It's my addiction. I have 2, well, 3 technically, of those 100-foot reels, Polly. I have a 3D printed one over here too that my buddy Jeffrey printed for me. That Jeffrey hasn't been on here in some time, but I've actually used this as well. This is a 100-foot reel, 3D printed. He did an amazing job with this thing. I'll show you close up. Right here. This is a 3D print. A very dusty 3D print, and I've used it a couple times. I actually did a 200-foot Super 8 reel with this. I only had to cut it once. The problem with this reel, and I talked to him about it, the problem with this is it doesn't fit your 100-foot tank. It will fit the tank, but the spindle is based on the Lomo UPB-1A. It's based on the Super 8 tanks like this. Well, this is not how the actual, and Polly, you know this is not the design of the 100-foot Lomo-esque, they're not actually Lomo, but the 100-foot Soviet tanks. This is not the design. So once this is together, I don't have the bottom piece in, and you put this in the actual Lomo tanks or the Soviet tanks, it doesn't fit the top hole. So you can't use them. So I actually just used some Dollar Tree oil change buckets in the dark when I use this. But I also have a 3D printed 50-foot one that uses the same thing. And this will work in your Lomo UPB-1A tanks. I actually haven't used this yet. I think I loaded it a couple of times here live. But I don't know that I've actually used it yet. But I want to try it. These are the parts that he made me originally, the red parts, and it broke. The spindle broke. That was a fault, in my opinion, because I do a lot of this. It needed a bigger, beefier spindle because that gets heavy. And it broke here, and I put some plastic glue on it and trying to get it to stay. But quick shout out. This was Jeffrey Overby from Pixology Digital Solutions in Gainesville, Virginia. Really nice guy. Just did it out of the kindness of his heart. My favorite go-to Super 8 camera is my Pro 814 Auto Zoom. Easy to use and very reliable. Yes, very reliable. The problem is with that, Jim, is most people are not going to use those cameras. I wish people could, because they're expensive. Most people will only shoot a couple rolls of Super 8 a year, and they're going to just use eBay cameras. You know, I'd say 90% of film shooters probably just use eBay cameras. So, you know, I guess that's why I like to do review videos of normal cameras, you know, and not high end. I've done a lot of normal camera video reviews, but where does one get One of those 50-foots. I got a graveyard of orphan tanks. I need new reels. That's just 3D printed, Polly. It was a what do you call that? What are they? GNAL, GNAL or something like that. Hey, Katie, thank you for popping in. Katie just sent me a found film roll and a wonderful picture of her and her beautiful family for Christmas. Thank you so much. For the airport X-rays. Some of the trendy cameras I'll never understand. Yeah. So, I mean, in reality, we have to focus on real life cameras because not everybody's going to buy $2,000 and $3,000 cameras. Most people are going to buy $100, $200, $300 cameras. So in that vein, there are some really, really good options. I've done comparison videos all throughout the years of different low end, high end, cameras. And there's some good ones out there. Be interesting to have a video on the store brand Super 8 Sears JCPenney. I know. And I have a Sears, I think I have an old Sears camera, and Vivitar had cameras. Ask him says, hey Mike, quick question. Have you noticed any density, pulsing or exposure breathing on any Wolfen 200D rolls that you've shot? Or have yours been totally stable, just comparing notes with the stock? I have not seen that. I have not had that issue. And I shot, I think, 3 rolls. 2 I shot and developed and scanned myself. And the third one I shot and had a ProLab develop and scan it in 4K on their scan station. And it looks rock steady, and it looks without any of those pulsing issues. I have not, I can't say that I've seen those issues. Let's see what.
Nobody's walking out on this fun old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together.
Yeah, I still don't own any Beaulieu's. Well, there's a Beaulieu that I want to get that it was made by, well, I think it was branded Beaulieu, but I think Bell and Howell made it. The 1008 and the 1012, and there's a couple of different variations of it that I really want to get and have fun with. They're more reachable Beaulieu cameras. Beaulieu they're not overly expensive for what you get, to be honest with you. I think the Canons are a little high priced for what you get. Although, my opinion, 1014 XLS, best camera ever made. The Beaulieu 9008, wasn't that a video camera? I think that was a video camera. Where's the Tylenol? Jim. I had a Montgomery Ward camera blow up at me a couple months ago. No! Woo! Bonnie says, hey Mike, I sent a 60mm test scan from my DIY 60mm scanner that I finally got working. Did you email it to me? Did you for real? Did you for real? I'm not going to fall for it anymore. Where's Mike? I'm going to turn the volume down so I don't get copyrighted. Oh, Bonnie. Oh, my friend Bonnie. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Never gonna give you up. Was that Wreck-It Ralph roll? That was a Wreck-It. Just for that, we're gonna go one more.
Full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here.
My sister-in-law got this for me. My brother Chad's wife. She got us each one, and I leave him out year-round. Can you sit? He's got the big head. Yes, that was a Ralph roll. She is a rascal. I have a Beaulieu 1008 and 1028. Great cameras, good for low light. Yeah, they're XL cameras, right, Jim? Jeffrey says, do you have my address? Do I have your address? Probably. I think I do. if you're talking to me, it's from the very end of Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Great movie. All right, kids. Don't forget, members only. Thursday, 1 p.m., Christmas special. Oh, I got to mention, Barry had a good idea. So if you're a member, if you want to show a fun, vintage or not, family Christmas film, he's actually sent me one. It was really cool, from 1953. And I'm going to show it to the members. If you have one you want to share, a little memory or a Christmas film or a video or something like that, let me know. Email me, send me an email, or send me the film or the video or whatever, and we can sort of exchange. I don't know if I have any, to be honest, of me. My parents didn't really film us. They just didn't. We didn't have a lot of that. I wish we did, but we don't. So as far as mine, I can maybe dig up a photo or two. I'll have to look and see what I have. But if you want me to show like an old school film or video of your Christmas memory, email it to me and we'll show it this Thursday. Members only. And thank you guys for being members. Bring the eggnog. Is the sound 310? Sound 310. The 310 is not sound, but I think you already know that. Am I allowed to share someone else's form? My found films. Too young to have some of my own. Some found films? Polly, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sure you're making fun. Too young. Man, my typing is horrible. The 310 XLS. Oh, the 310 XL is not. Yeah, okay, the XLS is. I've got tons of 8mm Christmas films from the 60s and a few from... Well, if you want to pick out a couple little snippets, Mike, and send it to me, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. I'd be happy to show. Both gray 310 XL and gray 310 XLS. I have both of them. I have a 310 XL. It doesn't really work right. The viewfinder's messed up. But man, are they low light. F1. Found a Boyu locally, but it doesn't work. Dials and the giant battery cell don't budge. And the film compartment circuit is exposed. I have a Boyu 5008 up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Excuse the dust, but there's my 5008. And it, let me get my camera back. It doesn't budge. There's a couple of knobs on it that don't budge. So I haven't really messed with it too much. That's what Matthew uses, the 310 XL. That's right. Perfect. Christmas films from other fam. Wait, what did Polly say? My parents film lots of stuff. I'll find one from the 60s or 70s. Yes, do that. Something I can download so I can show you guys. Yes, all of them are perfect. It's nice when you have good working cameras. Yeah, I think that'll be fun, Mike. That was a great idea Barry had, and Barry did send me a cool little film. It's a couple minutes long. So is focusing 310 XL is the focusing bane of my existence. I know, they're kind of a pain. Gotta run, but glad I stopped in. I'll hopefully see you Thursday. Yes, hopefully you can make it, Polly. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. The hinges, though, are cheap 80s plastic and break easy. I got the autofocus 310. Well, jingle my bells, I need to look for my family slides of 1970s and 80s. Yeah, even if it's just a picture or two, because I'm going to look and see if I can find something. I probably have an old picture, Christmas tree or something. It is a classic there, Jim. Yeah. I'm about to leave the 310XL in the dust and move on to other macro, maybe some animation. Other than, yeah, I know. Yes, absolutely. Happy Hanukkah as well. Bar mitzvah party, June 1970. Anything you want to show, I'm game. Well, not anything. You know, not anything. Someone else's Christmas I found in a projector I bought. Yeah, I have a lot of like found film projectors or found film Christmas stuff. Aerial focusing only. My first Christmas was shot on a full-size VHS camera. Yeah, I got one of those right here. I show this every now and then. You guys know. Remember these? This is Super VHS. Panasonic, right? I can't remember. No, GE. I got one Pro 1XL refurbished on a flash sale for Black Friday. Oh, nice. I'd love to have one of those, the refurb ones. All right, guys. Well, listen, it's been an hour and a half already. God, it goes by so quick. And there's some coffee spilling. Dude, I think I should put a little napkin down here. That's all right. Well, that's what shirts are for. I'm going to have to bow out. VHS and digital camcorders are making a come. Yes, they are. My oldest daughter wanted one of those digitals, the little ones, and so I dug one up for her. Well, I'll have to compare the results. Yeah, remember, see if you can find something Christmas related that's a little bit vintage, a little older. I don't care what it is, a photograph, a little film, a video, whatever you can find that's a little bit older. You got to email Flying O. Yes, get with Mike. Wishing you and your family and everyone a very wonderful Christmas and New Year's. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah if you're Jewish or whatever you celebrate. Happy that. I appreciate you all. I really, really do. I'm so glad you all stopped in to give me an hour and a half of your time. A little coffee, a little chat, a little Clark.
How can they get any worse?
Let's do one joke. The pass around film. Yes, Dana is spearheading that. I've given him the email addresses that I have. So when he emails you, respond to him, please. He's doing a lot of work with that, guys. Merry Christmas, Katie. Festivus, yes. Festivus. It was Seinfeld. Page number, first page number. Let's say 1 to 300. Happy Toyotathon. Thanks for the found film. Thank you very much, Rich. You celebrate Festivus too. Festivus. 310. Ooh, that's deep. Did we do 310 already? I think we did 310. This is from a real court. My daughter and there thought we were done. Almost done, Kat. Okay, from a real court transcript. Question, meaning no disrespect, sir, but you're 80 years old, wear glasses, and don't see as well as you used to. So tell me, just how far can you see? We did this already. Yeah, we did 310. But I'll finish in case you missed. I can see the moon. How far is that? We did that. Jeffrey says 134. Let's find a 130. How do we get that same page? All right, Jeffrey. Ooh, a good page. This is a true dad joke. My daughter brought me breakfast in bed today. Scrambled eggs. They weren't all they were cracked up to be. Brother, I bet I can guess what I get. But this is a good Christmas one. I think. Brother, I bet I can guess what's in this present. Sister, really? Brother, yep, it's a gift. All right. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. Really bad. Those were really bad. Bum bum. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, happy whatever you celebrate, everybody. I love you guys like family. Thanks so much for everybody for being here. My oldest daughter is ready to come running through here, come heck or high water. So I'm going to have to cut it. See the members on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be doing a full-blown Christmas live stream on next Sunday, unless something changes. That's the 21st of December. So I hope to see you all there. Merry Christmas to you too, Cecil. Bye-bye, Piper. Happy Christmas, Piper. God jul. Merry Christmas in Swedish. And I will see everybody next Sunday. Members, Thursday. Peace out. Love you like